Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's been a while since I made a video. That's because I've been a little bit busy with my PhD, doing experiments and analyzing data and such. But I'm glad to be back and to be making some videos. I've prepared a few lectures, starting with this one. As you can see, black is pressing down white, and what should white and black do? This will be a video to study the Joseki because I want to start by looking at a lot of different openings, and then maybe as we move into the middle game, then I will go into some of the professional games and look at some positions, and then we might even look at some Tesuji and some end games in the future. But today the focus is on the press. Because this is a very famous Joseki after the AI revolution in 2016, where AlphaGo beat Isidol 4-1. So anyway, let's get back to the press. So how does this situation occur? Black and white both play the start points. Black approaches the top 3-4 point with a knight's move, after which white will usually play the Kosumi or the knight's move extension, but in some cases white might want to pincer, especially if, for example, white has a wall. For example, something like this, and then black approaches. Now white wants to make use of this wall, pincers. So what should black do? Well, what the AI likes to do is to press. Now, if white accepts the press, then black can pincer this one stone. Now, if white tries to cut these two groups apart, because if black tenukis, white will cut black's groups, and black will resign because his head will fly off and he will basically be dead. So what should black do in response to this e14 move? Well, AI suggests that black come back to d16. Now this is a nice move. It's a vital point. And if white tenukis, maybe to approach, then how black can live locally is to play c17, f17, and if white defends, then black can even double hane, because if white tries to cut then Atari, then black can actually capture these two stones and have a very strong position in the corner, whereas white gets a very small living group in the corner. So this is not acceptable for white. White just connects, and black can just play deep b19 and have a nice base. So white can even consider taking away black's base, but then black can extend and go out into the center, and naturally these two stones seem to be in a little bit of danger, whereas this black group seems very, very thick and solid and easy to run out, even if white at some point tries to push, black naturally surrounds these two white stones. So what if white chooses to block here? Well, it's very similar. As white just pushes and black extends, white gets some influence on this side, but you see that this stone is being cut off. Even if white threatens to cut, black can just play the empty triangle, but it's actually creating an I shape. And now if white tries to protect the corner, then even black can play the knight's move, creating territory and reducing the influence of white's wall. And even hane is available, and the hane is very painful for white, because now this influence value is much reduced, And the value of this influence is also much reduced. So this is not ideal for white. But it's a way to play, and it's about even. So now if this is working for black, then maybe white doesn't accept the press and tries to cut immediately. This is a very famous position. Now black has a Tetsuji in the Joseki books at D13. If white tries to capture this one stone, black has very nice shape going out into the center. And if white extends, then black can extend, and white capture, black makes a base. So this is even. But white also has another move. Instead of defending, white can choose to fight at C12. Now if black hanes, da-dan. If black connects, then white can escape, and then black can try to run out with this stone, and it will become very complicated fighting between this and this and this and this. So if white wants to fight, that is one way, and the fight seems pretty even. But in fact, this Tetsuji here is not the best move. Even though this move is recommended by a lot of the Joseki books as a very powerful Tetsuji, Leela Zero seems to think that it's about like a 33% chance of winning. So what is the best move in response to this cut? Attack. Now if black goes out at E18, black can hane, white will connect. Black can now Atari this one stone and make the nice shape. Some lower level Q players would be tempted to maybe attack, and now black has very nice shape, and these two stones are not really sure. And now somehow white has a floating group. Black has two very solid sides, so this is not good for white. So Atari at F17 is a mistake. So what must white do? White can push, and defend the corner. Now if black tries to pressure the corner and white connects, then black can have a very special move at C12. Now why is this a vital point? Well, let's study. If you were white, where would you play? Would you play A? Would you play B? Or would you play C? What do you think? So if white plays A, then black can just sacrifice this one stone. If white tries to capture, then this will be very bad for white. White is very restricted in the center. At some point, if black hanes from one side, then the value of white's influence will be very, very much reduced. And also this influence is not being used very well, as black naturally builds territory in that area. So A is not working. What about C? Well, black can actually just cut. And it's very nice shape going out into the center again. But maybe it's not too bad, if not for the fact that these four stones are in a little bit of danger as black naturally comes out. But the exchange is that white has some solid thickness, solid thick wall coming out into the center. So C13 is possible, but the best move for white is actually just to hane from the outside. And now, what would you choose if you were black? Would you play A? Would you play B? Or would you play C? If black plays A, then white can just connect. And now you see that black has a very weak shape, so must run out into the center. And now white can naturally put pressure on this one group while pressing down on this. And eventually white can even build a wall, expand his moyo into the center. So this is not good for black. What about B? Well, if white plays D13, black must return home, after which white can just press the group down, and you see that white is building some nice influence towards the center. And instead of playing B, the best move for black is C. And why is that? So now if white Ataris, Watari is one possible move. If black extends and white tries to capture, then black can just return to his friends. If white tries to escape into the center, somehow white 3 stones are in danger. If white protects, then black can even come. And this is a nice tesuji to try and capture those. If white tries to capture this 1 stone, then black connects and escapes out into the center, naturally reducing the value of white's influence. So if Atari is not working, maybe white extends. Now black can return to his friends. If white tries to capture this 1 stone right now, the ladder is working for white, but black can just capture and run out into the center. If white tries to block from this side, black can even escape from this side. So F13 and C8 are kind of miai, and this position is quite good for black. So here it was not working. Where did white go wrong? Well, it was this capture right here. White should just extend. And now if black tries to escape, white can just continue to press and capture this 1 stone, right? So now this is, according to the AI, pretty even game. White got the corner. White has a weak group. Black has a weak group with maybe 1 eye, maybe can make 2 eyes. And white has lots of influence to build a moyo in the center. Okay. So really, C12 is the vital point for black in this situation. So let's have a quick summary. If white accepts the press, then black can pincer this 1 stone. If white tries to block from this side, black can naturally defend. And if white tries to cut, black can naturally attack. And if white tries to cut, black can defend. If white tries to take the corner, then black can just tenuki and take away white's influence. If white tries to build influence, then black can take the corner instead. And if white instead tries to cut black's group, D16 is the vital point. So if white protects the corner, then black has a very thick group and can continue to attack these 2 stones. If white approaches from this side and run out, then locally black can make life. b18. Now white cannot Atari, must connect, and black can make a base in the upper right corner. And if white tries to cut, then black has an amazing sharp sequence. Yeah. And now if white tries to push, protect the corner, black has an amazing vital point play at c12. White cannot come in because if white tries to cut, then this would be too good for black. And if white hanes, then black can cut. After white extend, black can go into the center and naturally attack this side and this side, but it's even fighting for both black and white. So what do you guys think? Would you guys, is your opinion that the AI is right in terms of using the press most of the time? I think so. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe. I will continue to make these videos whenever I have the chance. If you have a favorite Joseki that you would like me to cover, or an opening or a mid-game sequence or even a pro game, just let me know and I will do my best to make a video for that. So till next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.